What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Times Square chasing cinema.
Mr. James Hsu.com,
and we're here for Disney's and Oprah and Reese Witherspoon
and Ava
DuVernay's Wrinkle in Time.
Yes, a book that I had never even heard of.
Nor have I,
until
which is not a surprise.
More surprise for you, but it's true.
I am an author.
I was like, whoa, that's true, you are. I was like, I was surprised that like some people were like, oh, I love that book. Anyway. But yeah, there are many books out there that I've yet to discover or read. But it has a little bit of a following. But obviously Disney was kind of chosen it as its big horse. Obviously it's not as big as like Marvel or anything, but for their family feature film, I think it was kind of their big horse for the year, at least the beginning of the year. And has a lot of expectations going in.
Huge expectations. I think the visuals look great in the movie. The trailers haven't really told us too much really what it's about, but they have that catchy tune.
Yeah. Sweet Dreams.
Yeah.
No, the trailer, and I mean, I think it explores some really interesting things. I mean, from the trailer alone, I don't even know if I've seen all the trailers, but it was the teaser trailer that has that song, and it's just kind of very like simple, but it has that that shot of the three, Mindy Kaling, Oprah Winfrey, and Reese Witherspoon.
The big O.
Yeah. Anyway. So now it is here, A Wrinkle in Time.
Ava DuVernay was offered Black Panther, and she turned it down for this.
Yeah, because there was that period where there was that period where she was actually on board for a little bit, and then she kind of decided, to take it down, and I mean. Obviously, this is a big jump for her, though, in career. I mean, she did a documentary, which pretty much pertains to people just kind of sitting in a room talking.
Yeah.
And then we have Selma, which is the MLK biopic. Two movies that I actually really enjoyed. I think Ava DuVernay is an incredible talent. I think last year, when I saw 13th, I think I said Ava DuVernay is probably going to be one of the most groundbreaking filmmakers going forward. And I think...
She has a lot of buzz, a lot of hype.
A lot of buzz, a lot of hype, and not many filmmakers go out of their comfort zone this early. I mean, to jump from all three of those things, all three major genres, a biopic drama, a documentary, to now fantasy.
Looks like fantasy.
So, I don't know.
$100
million, over $100 million. And I think, I'm not mistaken, I heard that this is the first time a female director has helmed a project that big. So a lot's kind of riding on this, and I think that... well, where do you want to go from here? You tell me.
Well, I mean, we just got out of it.
Yeah. Okay. So before you get started, I think there's a lot riding on, and I think that's also kind of taken a stake in how people feel and are adjusting to this movie. But we'll kind of leave that for later. A Wrinkle in Time. James Hsu. What did you think?
Well, the reviews, it's rotten right now on Rotten Tomatoes.
It is.
That means nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
All my people that I respect in the fan community on YouTube.
Yeah.
Are giving it, they're not saying it's a good movie.
But have you noticed that nearly all of them are defending it? They're saying it's not good.
I don't think anyone wants to even admit it's not good. Like everyone's just like, well, it's not good, but it's.
I've seen a lot of that.
So which is interesting.
It is interesting.
Like,
but I think because go on.
It's like people want to get shunned.
Well, I don't think it's that so much, but I hear you saying.
Didn't like it, bro.
Yeah.
4 out of 10. I thought right from the get-go, like, what is the little boy's name?
Charles Wallace.
Why does he know all of a sudden, like, all the Reese Witherspoon, Oprah, and
Doctor Who, Dr. What's
Yeah, why does he know all of them already?
Not Doctor Who, Mrs. Who.
Why does he know all of them already? And then why does he already?
You're gonna get some angry preteens on.
And then on the other part where. Reese Witherspoon first comes into the mom's house.
Yeah.
You're just not. You're just like, why have you not yelling?
Well, and I understand that there is that kind of like, but I was like, all right with it, because actually I think the first third of the movie is the best part of the movie. I think like the beginning part when we're actually in reality, I think is the strongest part. And then once we actually go and we travel through to just. Parallel universe or through the universe, I think is where it completely loses its track for me. Storm Reid, star of the movie.
She was great.
Yeah.
The big O, I love her.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon, I thought was I liked her character.
Yeah, Mindy Kaling. I mean, everyone was fine in the movie. I don't think anyone necessarily gives a bad performance.
I didn't think so at all. The little boy was cool.
Yeah, he was good. I think he's definitely a character that audiences will definitely like. I think they're gonna really enjoy him.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. None of the actors did bad.
No.
But the story just...
I think that's the problem, right? Like, I think this is a movie where I think you could tell that it had heart. I think you could tell it was passionate, but it all kind of just falls on itself, and that's really the bummer. I think the message is there. In the critic screening, Ava DuVernay opened on screen and talked about how this movie is about, it's for the kids and how it's for the girls who are fighting through all these things and finding the light with yourself. So like definitely, and I think that's padded throughout the entire film. I think like Storm Reid, her and her character kind of finding her journey and finding her voice and all that is definitely there, but that journey is not really, doesn't feel worth going on. I think the result is good, and I think, like I said, preteens and even younger teenage kids will watch this and enjoy it and maybe, hopefully, take that message from it.
Love.
Yeah. Yeah, the answer, right. But I don't think this movie is A, timeless, or B, really worth revisiting. I think it really kind of crumbles under its own story. I'm so curious, I'm so curious I want to read the synopsis for the actual book and see what's kind of left out or what's different. I do know it's different. I know
really?
that there are some things that were changed, but I just
People
don't
say
think...
that this is an unfilmable... it was an unfilmable book.
Well, I mean, maybe they're right, because I think there was so much lost in translation where we're going through this really... and I think if you just think of the idea, right? Chris Pine, they have that one sound clip where he explains it, traveling the universe in the 90s, But then you kind of fall into this very generic, like... oh, it's a pretty world, and then, oh, there's a darkness, and this darkness, and then it is obviously just this bad thing that you got to tell that you love it, and
hate
that you'll
and fear.
Yeah, and that just felt very generic and something we've seen since, and I mean, you could pull out any kids movies from the 80s or anything like that, or even any horror movie from the 80s. It was always, but I'm not afraid of you. Like, that's what it kind of comes down to, and I think. But it's where we go and how we get there and why Chris Pine is locked there. And there's so many, it feels like there's so many unanswered questions, and I'm sure people who've read the book or who know a little bit more about the story than we do.
They're screaming at the computer as we speak.
They're aware of it, but I don't think this movie translates those things very well.
I'm still wondering why the little boy just knew everybody already, knew all their names.
Because he was the greatest, he's the greatest mind of our generation. He was tapped in as soon as he was born.
He was unplugged.
But they don't really talk about his birth or anything, I mean, we hear that he's going to be adopted, and then, we flash forward, and he's already adopted, and Chris Pine has been gone for 4 years. Honestly, I really wanted to like this movie.
I thought this was going to be, like, top 10.
But I couldn't. But I will say this: I liked the song in the trailer, but I had a feeling from the trailer that I was going to have some issues with it, and what I thought would maybe be fixed or be saved in the movie wasn't. I think that it's a movie that unfortunately has that really digital clean look, and it really kind of bothered me. Like, everything is too clean, everything is too crisp in this movie, to the point where it's kind of disorienting, especially if we're going to be in a movie that's going to be about time travel and going through all these different experiences. I think every scene is so unbelievably crisp that when we actually go to this new universe where we could have really used that to kind of emphasize how beautiful it is, it just kind of feels like we're just now in green screen land. I really wanted to like it, and I couldn't find things to latch onto, and I think it falls all on story. I think the execution, and I'm not saying I'm a fan of Ava DuVernay, like I said earlier. I thought she was one of the trailblazers, and I really wanted to back on this project, but it just fell apart, and I'm kind of bummed, But I think that's why people are trying to defend it, because I think they see the potential in this movie, they see the heart, they see the message, and I think those are reasons to defend it. Again, I'm not saying this is a good movie, but I'm saying, opposed to movies that we've seen that feel like they're made simply just to take your money and to just be there and they don't have a purpose, like this movie at least feels like it's trying to do something good and has a heart, and I think that shows. Yeah. And I think that shows. I mean, even though it's
Stay love, chasing
love. Even though it's buried in this really bloated, complicated story, it's there. I think that heart's there, but still not enough to where I would say everyone needs to go out and see A Wrinkle in Time. Hopefully, well, I don't know.
I'm honestly, I don't recommend it.
Yeah. You think it's gonna bomb?
I think this will be no different from Land of Tomorrowland. Yeah.
This was a bomb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big bomb. Oh, I liked it better than Tomorrowland, I think.
I don't even know.
I remember not really liking Tomorrowland.
I love the Big O.
Yeah, Oprah was
I
good.
love Oprah.
Oprah's so good. Like,
She just seems like Oprah.
Her moments are so good. Yeah, and I think that's another thing, though. I think, like, granted, I don't think Oprah did bad or
I thought the
anything,
makeup was cool, too.
but there are a lot of times where, like, you know, we're just straight talking to the audience. Which, again, if we go back to what Ava DuVernay was saying in the beginning clip, which I don't know if will play throughout theaters or not, but I mean, obviously they're trying to talk to the kids and they're trying to give them hope and they're trying to stand up and I respect that. But I think your movie needs to do that on its own, rather than you like characters telling us just that. I think the movie should stand for that alone. And I think while the movie tries to, it really falls on itself.
One of the 5 L's is
Love.
this movie is about
Love.
holla back, dude. I just got pumped up.
You got pumped up? See? Did it jump up on your scale yet? No. Yeah. But say, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. At least it had that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bummer though. A bummer. I mean, like, we're exploring the universe. Like, why are we not in these really amazing places? Like, like, why do we just not take it to the extreme? Where do we go? We go to this, like, Greenland, and we fly on this big leaf.
A piece of lettuce.
A piece of lettuce.
Reese Witherspoon's lettuce.
And we hang out with a bunch of flowers, and then we go to a beach. It's like, if we're traveling the universe, like, take us to somewhere really new and amazing. And I know
Then we go to suburbia.
yeah, it's really weird. And I mean, and again, I'm sure there are fans of you who know probably a ton more about the story than we do, and we sound ignorant. But I'm telling you, I've sat through this movie now maybe once and a half, and I cannot say that I was able to completely understand what was going on. I mean, I understood the mission was to go get Chris Pine, who had traveled the universe and got lost along the way, and I'm assuming got kidnapped by the darkness. But like all those questions in between, I don't know. So anyway,
Next week.
Yeah. Next week we have a game that I'm sure everyone played at one point in their time. Tomb Raider, which has done a few little screenings and people have been reviewing pretty positively.
Alicia Vikander.
I love Alicia Vikander. She is so amazing in Ex Machina. And I hope she's amazing in this.
She is
Did you like the... Sorry.
Award winner.
Yeah. Did you like the old Tomb Raider?
It's cool.
I wasn't a fan.
Jolie.
But to be honest, I never played the old Tomb Raider. But then there was a new Tomb Raider that came out recently. My girlfriend was playing it, and she couldn't beat a level, and I started playing it, and then I got kind of hooked, and I'm not a big gamer, but I was like, oh, this is a lot of fun. So now I'm kind of interested to see how the game's going to be, or the movie's going to be.
Anything else other than Tomb Raider?
Oh, Love, Simon. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Wong. Love, Simon, which is is about the young boy who...
Yes,
it's coming of age tale.
They say it's like the... Spider-Man Homecoming was made out of these type of films from the 80s.
Like Brad Pack's?
No,
yeah, Brad Pack, John Hughes films.
Yes, John Hughes.
Yeah. The Brad, like all the coming of age movies, yes. And I've heard a lot of hype on that, but so hopefully both those movies are more enjoyable. I don't think I've even seen much on Tomb Raider though.
I feel like they haven't heavily promoted it.
No, right?
Like they should be.
Yeah. Because I would think. I mean, I know there was a trailer out, and I was like, "Oh shoot, that's the first time I've seen the trailer for it." But I can't even remember it right now. Well, maybe they're hoping the name alone. We'll see. It's been a bumpy year so far at the movies, and I'm really hoping that's taking a turn. Though we already a third into it. We were already a third way into the year, a fourth way into a quarter in the year.
Is that crazy?
It's insane. Before you know it, it'll be a third. So hopefully now in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks here, we're going to be going into some better movie territory.
49 days till Infinity War.
Dang, is that for real?
Yeah.
Dang. He knows better than I do. It's also the week of CinemaCon. So your boy's going to be running around dead.
Me and all the famous people.
Yeah, well, trying to see what's going on. I think something big's going to happen that week, guys. I don't know if it's going to be here. I don't know where it's going to be, but trust me, Chasing Cinema is going to let you know.
How amazing would it be during our Infinity War screening.
If the Avengers came?
Yeah.
What would
The
you
real
do?
ones.
What would you do?
Well, I'm
Would
sure.
you just act cool? Or would you like, yo, chop. Selfie.
I mean, I would be cool, but the phone would be out the whole time, and
Yeah.
I'd be yelling. And I can't if he wasn't filming just the whole thing.
If they're like, you can meet one Avenger, which one would it be?
And they all came.
Yeah.
And I
Even the new peeps.
Dang, bro. That's a serious question. I need to sit down for a couple hours and like really.
Yeah?
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth? Thor? I don't know, man. I'm still on that Black Panther train. I'd probably be like, oh, let me meet Chadwick. But if my girlfriend was with me, and I said Benedict Cumberbatch, I'd get major brownie points. Even though he'd be great to meet too. You know, he's a talented cat. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really pumped for. I'm really interested to see where they go. So. But I hope there's a lot of better movies before that. Sorry.
JCCinema.com.
Film Love's website.